When the war began, everything changed. I lost my immediate family, which is they were killed in the war.
There are many different ways that children end up as soldiers. Some of them are literally recruited by force and taken at gunpoint or kidnapped from their homes in the middle of the night. Other children join armed groups out of desperation.
In the beginning, it seemed, it was a place to go for safety. They provided us food, shelter, so basic necessities, and we helped in the kitchen, but that relationship quickly changed to being forced in this war. There was a constant awareness of violence. You were either in the war front fighting, or they were killing somebody in front of you to further traumatize you. It's not just a child carrying the gun, that's a child soldier.
Child soldiers can include kids who are working as messengers, as guards, as spies. They could be cooks in a military camp, but too often child soldiers are actually combatants on the front lines of battle. It could include an 8-year-old recruited by paramilitaries in Colombia. It includes young boys in Burma recruited, into the National Army. It could be girls recruited by the Lord's Resistance Army in northern Uganda. For a lot of girls, the burden is an extra one. They're not only used as combatants and for all the support roles that boys normally fill, but oftentimes they're sexually exploited.
It's not accepted to recruit children at all. As a child, when you're caught up in this madness, it limits you from knowing yourself as a human being, and it causes you suffering, basically. It just brings suffering to everyone.
Currently in the world, there are about 20 countries where children are actively fighting. In 10 of those countries, governments are involved, either by recruiting children directly into their own armed forces or by supporting militias or paramilitaries that use children. Of these 10 countries, 9 of them are currently receiving U.S. military aid. This is an opportunity for the U.S. to use its leverage and its influence as a military superpower to bring pressure against these governments, to ensure that they take the action that is needed to keep children out of their forces and to demobilize children from their ranks.
These are not some kind of other human beings. They're the same as anyone in America, in Europe, anywhere. They're children whose lives are being taken away most times, or some of them whose childhood are taken away from them, and that they can be healed, that things can be done to prevent that. This legislation to restrict the U.S. from giving military aid to nations that recruit children or nations that allow children to be recruited, it would really force a lot of these countries to pay serious attention to this issue.
It has to be crystal clear that using children in warfare is unacceptable and that anyone who does it is going to have to pay a price.